Alright folks, hello, Hero of None here. If you've been following this series, you're probably gotten yourself pretty high here. We've gotten ourselves up to level 10 at this point. And some of you folks may be wondering, like, you know, okay, I've got all this stuff here, I've got myself up to level 10, what should I keep, what should I get rid of, and all this other good stuff. Now, first, my recommendations. You go to your bank here, take a look at your deposits, and any of the materials here, like alchemy reagents, you know, all this good stuff here, this is what you want to store in the bank. This stuff all can go in there. I usually recommend you keep putting the ingots in, leaving the ore out. Things like the style stuff you want put in there. The alchemy agents can go right in there as well. And part of the reasons you're doing this is because you're if you have alts that are going to be doing the crafting for you, the alts can use the material there that you want. The raw materials I usually leave on because you're going to be collecting these as you move along with some of this as well. And like, you know, you're going to run into more iron ore nodes, you're going to run into more mobs that are going to drop rawhide scrap. Since these stack up to 200, it's good to just keep them on there. Now for your items here, almost none of them I recommend keeping unless they're of purple or gold quality. If you get something that's gold quality, I usually do recommend keeping it, except for, of course, anything that you stole and that you're looking to sell off for merchant fodder. But if you get like a piece of equipment here that's gold, definitely keep that inside the bank until you get higher level to break it down. Purple stuff, you may just want to keep in the bank for a little while so you can hopefully break it down. The rest of the stuff here, the greens and the blues, I'll tell you exactly what you do with it. You just go out here.
Hello there.
And you go up to your friendly merchant here. Where are you here? And anything that's white quality, I usually recommend selling off, especially for new players. This is going to get you a bit of cash to start out with. But as you can see here, we got a bunch of green stuff here. And my recommendation for all that is just break it down. Just go right over here to some of our crafting benches. Anything that you don't plan to use, just go right up here. Woodworking, yep. Deconstruct. I plan to use at least one of these here. I'll keep that one here. Destroy that. This restoration staff, yeah, destroy that. Get rid of that. And break all those down. Now you're also going to get reagents from that as well. Things like the pitch and you know, other items as well. What I kind of recommend doing, the other thing with that as well, if you have any white items that have intricate, you probably want to take those items and upgrade them. Let me see if I can steal something here real quick, because I just sold off all those white ones there, but yep.
Can I get you anything?
Darn you. Yeah, I get looked at a lot here, so it's a little hard to get some of these items here. Yep. Well, I'll handle that a little bit here, assuming I can get myself out of it. The other items that you probably want to get rid of here, I think I just passed it anyways. Here we go. Enchanting. Now, if you have any enchanting stuff that you get through it and it's white, usually when you're first starting out, you just want to go ahead and here, right-click and do enchant, and then enchant it. Okay, don't bother you know, saving onto it or anything else like that. But enchanting, it's a good stuff. It's good to get started up on it when you can. You're only going to be able to get yourself up at a few levels on some of this stuff here. If you just do all health stuff here or something like that, that's going to get your stuff up there. So when you want to get your when you want to go into some of the stuff here, you can always just go in here and enchant it. Get health up. Now you have something with a little bit more health on that as well. Also note that when you enchant stuff, the non-major ones here, like the shoulders, gloves, sash, and boots, are going to be half of the enchantment. Head, chest, and pants are going to be the full enchantment on that. And then you're going to have different ones that are going to fit onto your necklace and your rings, and different ones that fit onto your weapons. I usually recommend getting those items set up first. That way, when you come into some of the stuff later, you can be able to survive a little bit. Alchemy, you should just go ahead and make whatever. You shouldn't worry too much about making a whole lot of stuff here. Except for just learning the traits here. Again, you can take a look online for some of this stuff here, but you know, the more that you learn, the faster this is going to grow for you. Okay. Now, just to show what we do with blacksmithing. Again, anything that's green that we may have inside of here, just break it down. We got some void steel from my bank as well that I haven't broken down just quite yet.
Greetings.
And then, of course, clothing. Ah, shoot. Didn't want to break that one down, but oh well. Now, when you get to higher levels and you get to some of your V14 stuff that's giving you shadow spun and all that stuff, that's when you may want to actually consider keeping those and breaking them down, because you may need to have some extra fodder to work on crafting writs. But at the lower levels, the white stuff, I usually recommend just simply selling off, get yourself the money. You can always grab more material by grabbing something off the bench if you need to as well later. Usually the actual material isn't going to be too bad. Now, other things you probably want to keep is things like the raw materials, not just because that the sorry, let me get in here as well. You may want to keep some of the raw materials for like the sand and maple, the your rawhide and all that stuff. Rawhide and all that stuff. You want to keep that, but the rawhide scraps, the maple and all that stuff. The reason you want to keep this is because every time you refine this, you have a chance to get a green, a blue, a purple, or even a gold item. Even at the low level stuff here, you have a chance to get some of that stuff there, and it's real nice to get that. And you can sell off a lot of that stuff. Now, typically for anything that you want to sell off, the going rates is pretty cheap on anything that is purple quality here, or sorry, green quality here. Usually this goes maybe for like 50 to 100. Blue quality items like the embroidery here, this can typically go for much higher, maybe about 200, 300 at most. If you have any purple quality improvement items, I don't think I have some Recadot on this one here. But this stuff usually goes for anywhere from 700 to 1,000, depending on what it is. Now, gold quality, which I can show with a quick travel over there. Gold quality is almost always going to be several thousand. With the economy changing now, with the introduction of the justice system, you could be looking at stuff that could be costing anywhere from maybe what we used to be 1,000 to 2,000, going and doubling the price, and maybe it's going to be about 3,000 to 4,000 for that stuff now. Just to show you what we're talking about here, we talk about this refinement stuff. This is pitch right here. This right here is your turpentine, etc. And each level, it's going to increase on what you need to use. So you're going to have to get turpentine for some of this. You're going to have to get, you know, all these different materials to get yourself up, and then past epic and legendary, it goes up into the thousands for each one. Save on to that stuff, or grab that stuff, save onto it. Since you're going to be low levels, I probably actually recommend selling off your gold stuff as soon as you can. Get the money now in cash in hand. It's going to be a lot more helpful to you than the those legendary items. If you're a high level character, you probably want to hold on to that. But remember, it's going to be a long journey to get that stuff up, because that gold stuff takes about like 8 or so to get it up there. So that pretty much covers on a lot of that stuff that you may want to be keeping on there. I don't think there's anything else here that you really want to take a look at. Oh, another thing to note as well, your potions here, these are going to go up in level fairly quickly. So anything that is matching your level, I usually recommend holding on to. Anything that is below your level, sell it off. Just get rid of it. It's going to take up inventory space, and that's going to keep you from looting up on stuff later. Things like trophies can go into the bank. You want to hold on onto some tools. Anything that you might get, like crawlers, worms, insect barks, just go ahead and toss. You're not going to use that unless you need it, and if you do need it, you can get those fairly easy, and if you need it anyways. Alright, so that's going to cover that basic thing on what you may need to grab. If you have any other questions or comments on that, let me know. But just put some comments here in the little thing here. Meow.